I need y'all new travelers really to understand that, baby, that crazy COVID rate was never going to last forever, because
I mean, we could just go across the street to the park right here. Oh, yeah, my cell phone ringing. Hold up. Can you hear me now? Yeah. So what day did you say? Oh, yeah. Thursday's perfect, man. It feels like baby, I swear, it's like
y'all, I hope y'all can hear me. I am headed to work right now. It is 5:42. I have to be to work in about an hour, but I've been on the road for quite some time, so I should still make it there with great timing. But y'all, it's been a while since I picked y'all up, y'all. I have not updated y'all on nothing. So the reason why I had to be off of YouTube, and you know, I was really kind of distant on social media as well, but the reason why I was distant was because your girl sold her first house. So as you guys can probably tell from the background was like totally different, girl. So we sold our house. Thankfully, thank God we sold it. And it wasn't a bad thing that I sold my house, but I was just happy because if y'all know, or if you don't know, this market is crazy. It's the time that if this is not your forever home, girl, sell that house. Sell that house and get the money, because there's no other time that this has ever happened. Like we were talking to our realtor, and she was like, it had a 15.5% increase in the price of the housing market for our area was. So I was like, oh my God, like I did some numbers, seen about how much we were gonna profit off the sale of that house, honey, and I was like, okay, we selling this big. We selling it. So we sold our house. We actually sold it on Valentine's Day, which was so good for the other lady because, you know, she got a brand new house on Valentine's Day. Like, that's like one of the ultimate best presents that, you know, your husband or your spouse could give you. But so right now we are staying in like a little local rent house in my hometown. Of course, we still got our land. And if you guys don't know, we bought 20 acres. So we still have that. We got our timber cut off of it, which if you guys follow me on social media, which I'll try to insert some clips right here. We got the timber cut off of it. Pretty much a good way to make a profit is to sell the timber off of your land. And I mean, it was a win-win for us because we got cash. And then on top of that, we got the site cleared where we would want our potential home. So right now we're just letting the land chill. What I plan on doing is continuing to travel, and then, you know, just stack up a bunch of bread so that when we do build this house, like, we get like, if we do have to take a loan out from the bank, it won't be that much. You get what I'm saying? So our mortgage won't be nowhere near expensive. Another thing that's in the works is that me and my husband, we are stepping out together, and we are deciding to open a business. So I mean, it's mostly gonna be like my husband's business, but of course I'll help him run stuff. But yeah, I'll keep y'all updated on that. You know, I'm that person that's like, I don't want to speak out my goals and what I'm doing just yet, because you never know who on the backside of this camera, honey, and who may be in those comments, because some of these little YouTube comments can be really negative, which makes me think, like, what be wrong with y'all? Like, really, what be wrong with y'all and all this negativity? Like, something in your life must not be right for you to really come on somebody's page and speak negative. Like, what? Like, it just blows me. It's just so funny how people get on here and they really just be like typing up a damn storm, thinking I'm gonna spend any type of time to read it. And most of the time with negative stuff or whatever the case may be, girl, as soon as I get the feel of how, or the feel of the comment that they're trying to say, oh baby, I delete it. I go ahead and delete it, baby, because I ain't got time to finish it. I really ain't got time for that type of energy or negativity. So I just delete that bad boy. But yeah, so far, as far as in like my travel contract, it's been great. I've been loving it, honestly. This damn car going so damn slow, and you in a fast lane. But yeah, so far I've been loving my travel contract. As like an update, if you guys don't know, and if you've been up under a rock as well, TikTok is how I got hip to this. But you know, as far as in, they were talking about capping travel nurse pay or cutting down the rates and stuff like that. So I feel like I need to speak on this. So the nurses at my travel hospital that I'm working at, they are getting phased out. So by April they have to be gone. And so they would cut a few, but only, like, they would cut the majority of them, but only keep a few of them. They would keep you pretty much if you were super good, from my understanding when I talk to my friends that are doing like the rack nurses, or like the COVID contract nurses. Ooh, Lord. But yeah, so, well, what they were saying is that, you know, even though, because like I was so surprised that they were cutting their contract, and I was like, you know, but the hospital still needs y'all, like, what's up? And so what he was telling me is that pretty much that they weren't there for short staffing. They were there for the COVID crisis. And so now that the COVID numbers are going down, it's just now a matter of a problem of just having short staff. And so I was like, oh, okay, I get it. And like he was saying, the government isn't giving the hospital the money to have them there just because they're short staffed. You get what I'm saying? So I was like, oh, that makes sense. That makes sense. So that is why they are cutting their pay. And I need y'all new travelers really to understand that, baby, that crazy COVID rate was never going to last forever, because COVID doesn't, like, it comes in waves. So understand that you're going to get that high amount, even with travel nurses, period. Like, understand when you come in during the COVID time, you're going to have a super higher rate. But during the times where they are slower, like around this time, all of the summer, pretty much close up until fall, you will have a lower rate, which is why a lot of travelers tend to take off, and which is why they just, you know, do plan vacations and do stuff during the summer months, because you're not going to get paid as much. So which is what I plan on doing as well. I did re-sign my contract. I did re-sign for a little bit of a lower rate, not too bad, but that's just one of the things that comes with the territory. So I really couldn't be upset or mad about that. I did extend my contract. It is all the way up until June. So another 3 months, which is cool for me. I work these 2 contracts. I think I'll probably be off probably 2.5 months or so. You know, just to kind of relax and take my time off. But yeah, so I was talking to my aunt, and I was telling her, like, you know, like what was going on. And so she was like, if I was you, I would hit it hard this next contract coming up as well, so that way when you are off, you know, it's you really stacked up. And I was like, well, yeah, you're right, I really should still hit it hard, because like this week, baby, I've been working 5 days this week, which makes for great money. It's great money. But yeah, so far so good on this travel assignment. I really can't complain. I am really upset still that I didn't just jump out there and go for it at first, but hey, I got time to make up and we will get it handled. My butt did not sleep too well. I mean, I just went to bed early, but we got back in late. Me and my husband, we stopped at his mom's house and we watched The Hateful Eight. Boy, I just watched a few clips of it, but I was stuck. Like, I really like that movie. Like, if y'all haven't looked at that movie or seen that movie before, you might want to go watch it. I'm not a person that usually watches movies like that, so for me to watch a movie, it's gotta be good. So it's called The Hateful Eight. It is on Netflix, so go check it out. I loved it. Like I said, I only watched a few clips of it, but I think like Monday, I'll probably watch it because I'm off Monday. Y'all, I cannot stop yawning. I literally did not get into bed until like almost 11 o'clock at night, and I had to be up at like 4:50. I was really supposed to be up at 4:45, but I took those little extra minutes to snooze, honey. I am tired. So tired.
Shawty make that ass clap, she don't need no flow. High fashion, like Goya, D-Wagon, or the Rover. I put some ice on you cause you gotta go. I know I gotta keep my shawty on go-go. Drop that ass to the floor. Whoa. You ain't gotta deal with none of these niggas no more. If we hop in the beans, is that okay? Is it okay if I call you my pride of pay? I ain't no player, I just got a lot of pay. But let me tell you, I like you a lot, babe. I wanna start at the top to the bottom, babe. Now you wanna shoot with the red bottom, babe. You know I like when you ride at the top, babe. She wants your name, yo-yo. I'm only doing cash guys, don't need promo. I pull up to the high rise, I'm in the 4-4. Anti-Coco. I got a feeling I keep it inside my heart. And I keep a petty, cause I don't do facade.
So we are in our supply room. We call it a C locker, which I don't know what the C stand for. But I'm working on a renal floor. And so this is like their supply setup. So really, whenever you have a new patient, I like to get them like an emesis basin for 1, blood pressure cuffs for 2, and of course, you know, the toiletries, mouthwash, deodorant, deodorizer for the room, shampoo, wash, you know, for them just to wash up their body, like if they want to do a wash off, things. Also, these little things right here, these go on the end of the caps of like the IV tubing and stuff like that. They also have these as well. So I also like to get primary tubing, secondary tubing,
And as well as they normally have like patient cups and stuff like that, so I would normally get that as well, but they don't have any of that. Like for a female that I know that's incontinent, they use these things called a Pure Wick. These are the best invention ever. Honey, I done forgot what I came in here for. Oh, I know we need some more. We need more frequency syringes and insulin syringes. I'm gonna have to put y'all down. So this is what I mean when I tell you guys that you guys need to be helpful. You need to pitch in, lend a hand. Our unit was completely like bare. We didn't have stuff, so I went ahead and stocked everything, just so the other nurses didn't have to. And then not to mention, I only had 4 patients. Like our minimum, well, our max is like 5, but only had 4 patients. They were supposed to get I was supposed to get a new admission, but the patient ended up not coming. So I've only had 4 patients for the whole day. It's been a very chill day so far. Ain't no wood in here, child. It's the door. I'm gonna knock on the door whenever I leave out, baby, because it is just now 2 o'clock. Still got 5 more hours to go. But yeah, so this is what I mean. Help out. Help the other nurses. It goes a long way. Like even with my travel agency, when I looked on our little app to see who all extended their contract, it's only me. I think I'm the only one that got that opportunity, but this is why I say you need to know your stuff. You need to be flexible, and you need to work as a team with the other team players. You know, and if somebody's being mean to you, baby, kill them with kindness, okay? Period. Because you got to do a job. And that's it.
Stuck in the past watching videos of us. I have been trying to get rid of your stuff, but voices in my head are telling me to stop. It's all I have left, all I have of you. Thought I was more than a body to hold, baby. I wanted you, wanted us to be something more. I was so sure, let my guard down for you. Baby, why'd you have to love?
Good morning. Oh, no. What we ain't finna do is have it to where my memory card ain't got no memory, y'all. Well, let me delete some footage, so hold on. As you guys can see, I am in a different surrounding. If you guys know, well, a lot of you guys don't follow me on my social media, which that's fine because I'm gonna link it right here and it's gonna be listed down below. We moved to a little rent house, y'all, and it was built in like the 1950s, and like it really gives me this humble beginnings type of feel about the house, like, because if you guys saw the house that we came from and then this house, oh my god, like, y'all, it's very humbling. I'm gonna say that it's very humbling, but I mean, sis, we know where we come from, and we're not too ashamed to say, hey, this is our temporary home right now, up until we build our forever home. So it don't bother us really. But another thing that you guys may not know, or if you've watched, well, y'all might know because I just looked at my YouTube views. My bad, I thought I heard some. But yeah, I just looked at my YouTube views and y'all really like my travel vlogs. And so I'm going to try to bring more of those. So if y'all don't know and this is your first time here, hey girl, hey, my name is CarleRaee. I am a travel nurse now. I used to be ER. I worked ER for 10 years, girl, 10 years. And I just decided to go back out there and try something different because with COVID being here, it just made the ER so, like, that much more stressful because the patients were so much sicker. And I just, after a certain amount of time, you get tired of that type of stress and anxiety and yeah. So, I mean, I just want something that's a little bit different. And so that's why I took a travel contract as a med-surg nurse. Now, mind you, I've never been a med-surg nurse. And so I'm going to give y'all a pro tip right here. Pro tip. Please listen up. So, all the nurses that watch me that are if you are in the nursing field or you're wanting to become a nurse and then eventually become a travel nurse, let me tell you how to set yourself up. So, okay, think about it like this. With critical care nurses, you can pretty much go to any floor, any environment, and you will be okay. Because especially ER and especially ICU, a lot flexibility as far as in floating to different floors and things like that. ER would be great, a little bit more better than ICU, and I'm gonna tell you why. So with ER, we didn't know what we were getting. We would have like 2 pediatric patients, 1 elderly patient, 1 patient that just had post-op complications. Like in the ER, we are a jack of all trades. Y'all hear me still saying we, but I still claim ER. So if you hear me say we, it's because I still claim ER. I mean, I've been doing it for so long. But yeah, so we are a jack of all trades, but we do not master any of it. So we know a little bit about a little bit, but we don't know a lot of bit about a lot of bit. You get what I'm saying? So for me, that helped me out because with my travel contract, I was able to go to pediatrics if I needed to. I was able to go to, I don't like L&D. I would have to learn it a little bit more because I really didn't have L&D experience. But I would be able to go to like IMC, which IMC is like an ICU step down. I would be able to go to ICU. I would be able to go to like a med-surg floor. Like right now I'm working on a med-surg renal floor. So anything dealing with the kidneys, and anything dealing with the GU, genitourinary, nephrology, whatever, anything of that sort, I deal with it. And so if you want to make yourself more marketable to more contracts out there and more money, I would most definitely tell you, get some critical care experience, because they pay more for the nurses that are critical care. Like for one of my contracts that I could have took, I would have gotten paid more money because, of course, I would have been going to ER, which, like I said, I didn't want a ER contract. But I would have gotten paid more for ER, for me to go to the ER, like substantially a lot more. But I didn't want it. So I turned that down and I went med surg because I just want something more organized. The ER it's organized chaos. So yeah, it's at a certain point you get tired. But pro nurse tip: make for sure you get some type of critical care experience, because as a critical care nurse, you will be able to go any and everywhere. And nursing is nursing, but if you're already in critical care, you kind of already know, you know your stuff. You get what I'm saying? So I don't know who it is though. But yeah, so that is that. So far, I've been traveling since January 4th. I didn't even tell my old job. Like, I mean, I told them, of course, and another pro tip: never burn a bridge. Never. Always leave gracefully. And you never know when you may be able or have to cross that bridge again. So at my old job, I did put my change of status in. I dropped down to PRN, and I put my 2 weeks in. Before that, I worked them out, and then I left for a travel contract. My job did try to do some shady stuff, like saying that since I left on a travel assignment that I wouldn't be eligible for full-time status again, which I'm fine with that. I'm fine. I don't care. I really don't care, because what I'm trying to do right now, eventually at some point, I'm not going to be at bedside though. Me and my husband got some things lined up and planned up, some more business ventures and stuff like that. So hopefully with what we're doing, which I'm one of those people, I don't like to speak on what I'm currently doing because I don't want nobody to wish bad things on it. And then I know some of y'all will be in my comments saying like, girl, what's for you is for you, don't worry about I don't even want to feel that negativity. I don't even want to feel that negative vibe, because you know when you are happy and you tell people like what you're doing, sometimes they can have a negative connotation to it, and that's not what you want to feel or hear. I will just hold it. And I mean, like, our close family know, and the people that need to know, like my best friends and stuff like that. But other than that, no, I don't want to speak on it too much. But yeah, so we got some things lined up, and so hopefully everything goes great with that. And I can work on what we're building, and that be my job. So, but yeah, I have been traveling now since, oh snap, I've been traveling since January, so January, February, March. I've been traveling for 3 months now. Oh, well, how do we count that? Because I started January 4th and now it's March 4th. Is that, I worked, is that 2 months or is that 3 months? Like, how do y'all count that? I don't know, child. Because I've been working since January, so I don't know. Just know January 4th, I started traveling, and it's now like March 6th. And so, yeah, I absolutely love it. The thing about my travel agency, which I'm finna tell you more. So I know I told y'all, like in my travel blogs, I'll do like a sit down video. No, girl, we just finna sip some coffee and I'm finna give y'all all the tea on these travel stuff. So back in 2015, 2016, before I had my child, I used to travel.
And so back then they used to make it to where you had to be outside of a 60-mile radius in order for you to obtain a travel stipend. For those of you that don't know what a travel stipend is, it's pretty much saying like, hey, since you're traveling here, we're going to give you X amount of dollars tax free for you to stay, for you to eat, and things like that. So you would only be taxed on, and like, just to give you guys an example, like in 2015, I was traveling from Dallas to Tyler, and my taxable rate was like $20, but the majority of my money came tax free. So like I was getting like $1,200 some dollars every week that was tax free, but I was only taxed on $20 an hour. So after taxes and everything, like each contract, I made it to where I had to bring home $1,700. And back then in 2015, $1,700 every week was amazing. That was amazing money for Texas. And so I looked up, found another contract that was $2,000 a week. Baby, I was rolling in it, honey. And I was pregnant with Chandler at the time. And so at that time, I didn't have help, you know, as far as in like from Chandler's real dad. If y'all don't know, my husband isn't Chandler's dad, you know, well, biological dad. But so I was doing everything by myself. Like I was writing down everything that I needed, buying it this week, buying it the next week, and I was just stacking up on diapers. Like every single week I was buying like 2 to 3 cases of diapers, you know, different sizes and stuff. And so that's just how I had everything planned out. And so by the time it was time for my baby shower, I was like, y'all don't bring me nothing, because if y'all go to my house and see my child's room, the whole room is like stacked up with stuff. Like, baby, I had that whole room ready, and I was able, since I was I was able to take off a whole month before my due date, which I loved it because I got to relax, lay down, chill, do things that I, you know, wanted to do. And then boom, I had my baby. So that, you know, I've always loved travel because of the flexibility and the money, of course. But yeah, so but back, like I was saying, back then they used to have, I said they used to have to, back then they made us do like a certain mile radius. Well, with this travel agency, here locally, he said that we don't have to be outside of a certain mile radius. They figure all of that in with your set amount. So like you get a set high dollar amount, and that's it. There's no tax-free money. You're taxed on all of it. It's a good and a bad thing, but I like it because that means that I don't have to be outside of that 60-mile radius, because there might be a contract in my local town that I can pick up getting paid a high dollar amount, and I don't have to drive nowhere. You get what I'm saying? So I love that. I would say to each his own. Figure out what you want to do, because for me with kids, I try not to travel too far. I think the most that I'm willing to travel is 2 hours away. So if I were you and someone that had kids, here's a tip. The best thing that I would do is to find a local travel agency within your area, and see how much they're paying, and see where the hospital is, and if that is a comfortable drive for you, enough to where you can drive there every day and then drive back home every day, or the days that you work, should I say, then cool, take that assignment. But yeah, for me, like I said, I don't want to travel that far. My son is like, he's so on me, and I love it because that's my boy, but I just couldn't see myself leaving him for long periods of time like that, for like months. I don't think I could do that, but which I would probably end up flying them out anyway. So, but yeah, and then there's other things out there that you can do, like angel staffing, crucial staffing, and a few others like that. Those are like government based agencies, meaning that when COVID hit, all of those staffing agencies were looking for nurses that could deploy, much like they do with like a deployment for the Army. So how that works is that they get all these nurses, they do like a meetup with them, and then they give them like their assignment where they're gonna go, and then they fly out. The nurses will fly out to that location. They'll meet up at the designated hotel, and so every day when it's time for work, they would get shuttled on a big like charter bus and then dropped off at the hospital, and then after their shift is over, they'll do the same. You know, they'll get picked back up and taken to their hotel. And so they have to sign a contract that they will be there for at least like 4, 6, 8, however long they need it. But you do have to sign a contract. And so one of the rack nurses that I work with, he's from Miami. And so their contract said that they had to work 6 days a week, like they had to. And they only had one day off. Whereas my homegirl Ambrie, she's in Houston right now, and her contract was like, oh, you know, you got your set like 48, like you got to do 48 hours, which is like 4 days, because nurses work 12-hour shifts, or you know, some places you work 8, but you know, for this instance, like hospital settings, mostly you'll be working. For hospital settings, you'll be mostly working 12-hour shifts. So, but yeah, so that is a different agency. But like with mine, as of right now, to really give you the game, to truly give you the game, what I would do if I were you, during these little months, and this is what a lot of travel nurses are doing, by the way, during these little slower months where flu, COVID, and the sickness isn't running down the community, what they tend to do is either A, take off, or B, they work PRN, or even C, they will pick up another little local contract that still makes them a whole lot more money than being PRN or like a staff employee. So those are 3 options that I have been hearing that everybody is doing. Like for me, right now, this is the slower months. So I'm just staying on this little assignment. I did re-sign my first contract, like the COVID crisis rate contract. Like pretty much what I'm saying is like I got paid like big time money only because it was during COVID. So that contract will end April, and then my summer month contract, like where it's not as busy, which I will have a lower rate. It starts April and then goes to June. So I did re-sign. But yeah, so now with that being said, when the winter months start coming in, the rates will start going back up higher. So what I would do if I were you is to hop on a contract in the winter months, like even fall, like with around October, November, December. Get right in that time frame, so that way you can work a good 13 weeks or however long your contracts are, but just get in during that time, because the surge will go up, the patients will become sicker, they will need more staffing, the rates will go up, the nurses will flock in and get the contracts, and you'll make great money. So that's what I would do if I were you. And so far, those government agencies, they make the most. And I mean, just being realistic, they were making like $125 an hour. $125 an hour with 6 days a week, baby, in 12-hour shifts. Y'all do that. Y'all do that math. Do that math and see how much they made in 1 week. They were killing it. So that's what I would do, honestly, because they only make you sign like a 4-week contract, baby. I had to tell my son, like, pew, mama gone. I see you in 4 weeks. Like, I love my child, but baby, I gotta go secure this bag for you, for the family, for everybody. But yeah, so that's what I would do. And I would probably just work one of those, and I'll be like a one and done type of thing, and just be like, nah, I'm just sitting back chilling. I'll probably pick up me like a little local contract or something like that. But
I don't know. With this new wave of travel, y'all, it's just so much money out there, so much flexibility. Like, I've never seen these rates and this type of money ever. Like, y'all, it's ridiculous. It's sickening to know that these hospitals were sitting on this amount of money. But in my area, they only pay the nurses, brand new nurses, $24 an hour. And mind y'all, like I said, I stay in a country town, so, and I've done one of these videos before where I tell you what new nurses make and everything like that, and nobody thought, like it was a lot of people in those comments just talking about I was lying and everything like that. Like, child, come on down here to East Texas and fuck around and find out. Fuck around and find out what they pay their new nurses. I think they just had an adjustment and they just now put it to like 27, which is great. But yeah, no, fuck around and find out. It's been so much going on. Like, we bought the land, we sold the house, we moved into a rent house. We got this new business venture that's going on. I had a job change. My husband had a job change. Like, girl, we had so much happen this year. Like, it's like, y'all let me know down in the comments if this is y'all. But I'm like that person that's like, when too much good stuff is going on in your life, I'm like looking around the corner like, alright, I know some bad shit about to happen. I know something about to sneak out somewhere. What we got? Like, you know, it just makes me a little nervous because too much good stuff is like falling into our lap. It's so crazy. Like, so crazy. Like, my husband quit his job because they were just stressing him out, overworking him. And right now we're, you know, got some business stuff going on. But he has just been so blessed. So blessed. Financially, mental health wise, he's just been so blessed on so many levels since he's quit his job. Like, he's got more flexibility with the kids love it, because you gotta think, like, my husband worked 24/7 on call for years. He missed so many birthdays, so many events, so many games and things like that just to provide for us. So, ooh, not me getting emotional. Child, I don't do that. Honey. Let me regroup, girl, because that's how I know my period about to start, honey, because I'm normally not super, like, okay, let me stop lying. I am emotional a little bit, but not like that. Not like that, girl. But my period gotta be starting. That's it. So guess who decided to get on camera with me? Chandler. So we are just sitting on our front porch. I just put out our patio furniture, as y'all can see right there. This one right here, looking ratchet as ever, y'all.
Alright, cause we in a little Lawson shack.
Yeah, we in a little Lawson shack. But so he is grilling up some burgers and I'm just sitting on the front porch.
Getting on my damn nerves.
No, you getting on your nerves. As far as in like travel, sometimes you can make your own assignments. No, baby, no. Wait till Avery come back outside. But yeah, as far as in like travel, Chandler, why'd you do that? And when it go out there to that road, do not go get it. Ever since this boy done hit his head and got staples in his head, child, he been acting a fool. But so like I was saying, pretty much as a travel nurse, it's sometimes you can make your schedule and then sometimes you can't. Because I know whenever I first started my travel assignment, the nurse manager was asking me what days I wanted to work. And then so I told her what days that I wanted to work. But then
I asked her, like, you know, when I asked her again, like as far as in like the next schedule, she was like, well, hey, these are the days that I have available. And I'm like, oh, that changed. That changed up some stuff. So just be, you know, understanding and know that some assignments you can come in and make your schedule, and then some assignments you won't be able to. So it all just depends per assignment. The amount will always depend per assignment. The rate will always depend per assignment. A lot of things will depend per assignment. But I will say this, every time you finish a assignment, ask if there's incentives, like if you re-sign and things like that. You know, it doesn't hurt to ask, because, you know, closed mouths don't get fed. So but yeah, just if I were you, I would just double check. Chandler, get away from that grill. Get away from over there by that grill. But yeah, it don't hurt to ask. And like I said, closed mouths don't get fed. So sorry, y'all, I'm having to look around because I just swept these couches off, honey. And so you know how when you just swept off patio furniture and stuff like that, you gotta check it, make sure ain't no, you know, spiders or nothing lingering around, honey. I just gotta make for show.
Damn, this bitch broke. These my cards.
Bro, low key, I forgot how to play Uno.
Y'all wanna know something?
What?
This remind me back in my childhood. On the porch. In the little house that ain't bad, but ain't the best, but you might get the best.
Alright, I'll go first. Trying to flip your cards around.
There you go.
You got a +1?
Chandler, you gotta get two. Unless
Chandler, do you got a +1?
You got a +1, Chan?
You got a card that says +1?
No, I only
Or you got like a draw 4 or something?
I only got a +2.
What's the, you got like a wild card?
It's a
one.
He can play a wild
I have
card.
a +2.
No,
He can't. He gotta take 2 cards.
He can't play that. Cause that's us.
I ain't letting no little 5-year-old, 6-year-old cheat. 5-year-old, I mean. You
Is
about
it
to
my
turn
turn?
6.
Baby, you had to pull.
I'm out.
No.
Now you just pull.
Chandler, you got a 6?
Yeah, I got
Okay.
a yellow 6.
You got another 6 in your hand like that?
That boy got all reds.
I got.
Ooh, 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 ooh. You better hide him, hurry. He like an old man. Why you moving like an old man, Chiller? Come on, man.
You know
Play your
what?
6.
He said, you know what?
I'm not even gonna play like that.
Why you got your legs crossed like that, man? Come on. Alright.
I know, but I changed the color. You gotta,
I don't have no yellow.
Get that card.
okay, you gotta pull that card and see if you can play it.
Yellow.
Okay, play it.
Flip. We gotta flip.
Flip.
Yeah.
No, put it down.
No, put it down,
We gotta
baby.
flip.
We all gotta
That card
flip.
over.
I ain't no way. Bro, ain't no way.
I'm finna
bro.
get you. I'm finna win this game.
What's that,
I'm
pink?
telling you.
Flip.
Yeah.
We just flipped it good enough
What
just to
color
see
then?
it. Dang, it was one of those. Oh, yellow.
Yellow?
Trying to flip your cards.
Who go is it?
Yo, go.
Yours.
Oh, okay.
Flip your cards, Shannon. No, this way.
Oh, no. Oh!
Oh, I didn't see it.
Trying to play these two.
I got
That's the only ones you can play.
The
Yeah,
two
you can play.
eights?
You can play both of them.
Yeah, play them, baby. Put them down.
Uno out.
Oh,
Trash.
I bet you wanted your brother
Hey, we
to
got
play
a
that
shuffle.
Oh yeah, I'm finna beat this game.
one. The game
Game
over.
over. You done lost.
Give him the
I got a
card.
skip.
Yeah.
Skip it on over to Abraham so he can shuffle. You're on fucking some of this shit up.
Them burgers look burnt as fuck.
Don't worry about my burgers. Get your ass back.
Why?
What beer you want? Water like this? Grown ass.
Charlie, don't play with me.
Come back. You look good. Come on. I ain't finna play it. Come on, man.
Yeah, you finna get your ass whipped. Avery, come on! Bro, why is he acting like he's so scared?
Ooh.
Sound weird.
Right.
Put that ball down.
I'm finna go put it up. Okay.
Come on, play.
You did say yeah, didn't you?
No.
Yeah. But just know you finna start paying bills over here.
Where Mother?
The goat. All right, bro. All right, I'm coming.
I'm trying to throw we got this damn mess.
Boy, we. You got something to say?
No.
Oh, do you got something to say?
This house messy. You gotta get these clothes up.
This house ain't messy. We folding up clothes. All right, come on. Trying to move
You
back.
got the remote.
Trying to move back.
You got to make a big fire. You about to kill your dad. You about to kill your dad. This how you make holy meat. If you gonna do that, you got to have a fire like a fiery furnace. That's what you gotta do. Brown, you getting ready to keep. Okay. See, this how you make meat. You gotta have your smoke where place it on your finger like that, Joe.
He about to break the damn leg.
You just need a little more. I don't want to add this on. Good. Now, head out. What? You on fire. You on what? You on fire. You on fire.
You see how with that teacup?